Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. Today we're going to take a look at the new Burberry Signature Eye and Face Palette. I have it right here. We're also going to do some comparisons with their limited edition Runway Eye Palette that they released earlier this year. And I'm really excited about the Signature Eye and Face Palette because I've never tried their face powder products. And so this gives me a chance to try a blush, a highlighter, and some new shades in their eyeshadow collection. For those of you who are curious about their gift packaging, this time I did request for complimentary gift packaging when I placed my order online. This is what it looks like. And this box itself is made in Italy as printed on the back. Everything here you see is fully recyclable. And once you open the box, you have kind of their signature, this like mint green paper packaging or paper cushion for the product, and then the palette sits inside. What really grabbed my attention with this palette, which I did not notice from the marketing photos, is the monogram on it. The monogram on this compact is the Thomas Burberry monogram. It is beautiful. And I guess I've definitely seen this in their handbags, but I just never paid too much attention to it. But now that I'm looking at it up close, I'm like, this is really, really pretty. And inside the compact, we have blush, highlighter, and these 4 eyeshadow shades, which I, would not have guessed that they would choose this combination. This gold here is an interesting choice. It's not a metallic, it's more like a shimmer, like a lid topper. And then this kind of well, it's not tangerine, but orangey with a good amount of orange undertone. But this red shade here is a satin finish, so it's not a metallic either. None of these shades are metallics. They're either satins or shimmers, but they are very buttery and creamy, just as I expected, because from the Runway palette, all the shadows there are also very buttery and creamy. So I'll be creating a look today using this palette, and a few things about the product. I'm just going to read off the website here. So they're celebrating the festive season with a limited edition gift from Burberry Beauty, housed in a sleek gold packaging adorned with the Thomas Burberry monogram. The 3-in-1 iconic eye and face palette features 4 eyeshadows inspired by signature Burberry shades and finishes, a blush that flatters all skin tones, and a light reflecting highlighter to create effortlessly versatile looks with a refined finish. And then in addition to that, they talk a bit about the powder technology they use. Coated with an advanced powder technology, the eyeshadows combine sensorial textures with maximum color payoff and long-lasting hold. Extremely soft and creamy. Burberry Beige boasts a velvety touch. The shade here. Bridal Brown or Brittle Brown and Dark Carmine have a pearly finish, and Golden offers a soft metallic veil, perfect for creating luminous party looks. Highly pigmented and illuminating, the Rose Gold blush and Dusty Pink highlighter create a lit from within glow. All right, so this palette too is designed for creating perfect subtle day or statement making evening looks. We're gonna put that to the test here. We'll go in, I think we're just gonna go in like I usually do with the eye look. We'll try to amp things up as if, we're going out for the evening, and we'll see how easy or how nicely it is to, layer these face products on. How does it look with 2, 3, and maybe even 4 layers? We'll see if we can really amp this highlighter up. I'm interested. So I'm gonna do swatches, and all the products you see here are made in Italy with a shelf life of 18 months. Same thing with the Runway palette. All made in Italy and also has a shelf life of 18 months. I don't know about this blush and maybe the highlighter, but the blush being like all skin tone flattering. So ladies, you let me know. So this is the blush. It's very soft. And I'll do a second application here. Does look buildable, but still very soft. This is the highlighter. That's what the highlighter looks like on the finger. We have the beige matte, and it feels very soft. Then there is the gold shimmer shade. This is dark carmine, and it is a satin finish. And it does have, you know, that glittery, sparkly finish to it that gives it a satin, but it's not quite a metallic. Then we have the bridal brown, and this is also a satin. They all look really nice on the skin, swatched on the skin. They feel nice. These two are obviously softer here, and then these two, I think you can really use it to amp up your look as you want. And before I start grabbing my brushes to create looks, I did a pretty thorough cleaning of some of my most used brushes. Not all of them, not all the face brushes, but a lot of the eye brushes. And then also some face brushes. So I'm really excited here. I'm just so ready to do lots more filming after taking this unexpected break. Taking this beige matte and putting that all over the lids. Then I'm taking dark carmine and putting that above the lash line and towards the middle of the lid. This is a beautiful shade. And I'm also extending dark carmine just to the outer corner, just like that a little bit. And then using a blending brush, I'm going to go in and diffuse dark carmine further into the crease. You know, I could just leave the look like that and I'd be happy with it. Maybe pop some of this gold shade in the center here. But I really just alone, I really like how this looks. Like if I'm going for, you know, something kind of red, put on some mascara, put on matching blush, a lipstick to go with this, like I'd be pretty happy. So you could stop with just 2 shades here, but we're gonna go on for the sake of this demonstration. Now I'm gonna go into this deep brown shade here, and let's see. I'm going to add it as if it's an eyeliner on the upper lash line, but in a very soft way, just to kind of deepen things up and make it look more, my lashes look a little bit more voluminous, but I don't want to take away from the red that I've built up. Next, with a finger, I'm going into the gold shimmer shade, and I'm placing some of that onto the center of the lid. That really softens everything up, but I think adds nice dimension to the look. I'm just gonna go in to add a bit more of the red because I think it just covered. Well, I really like the red and I think it covered it a bit too much when I went in with the gold. So I'm just gonna add some back. That looks better. All right, moving on to the blush. Just going to add one soft application and see how that looks. It's really soft, very, very light. I'm gonna go in for a second. And before I go in with the highlighter, there's something I want to show you. Because the shadows, well, even the face products do, you get some kick up from it. They're so soft that depending on how you hold it and how you wave your brush around, you could get some transfer onto the highlighter and then the lighter shades. And I was holding it like this because it was just so easy to hold it like this and apply the shadows that I got some of this deep brown shade onto the highlighter here. So now I'm gonna go in and do some cleanup before I put on the highlighter, but that's just something to be aware of as you're working with these products. So now I'm building a second application onto the right side of the cheek, and certainly it is buildable. It's quite frosty, this rose gold shade. It's not as warm as I thought it was going to be, and maybe it's to contrast against these like warm deep shades here, and maybe to like kind of go with this cool gold. So I think that's interesting. It's beautiful though. And certainly you can really amp it up for the evening if you wanted to. For lipstick, we're going to take a Burberry product. It's the Burberry Kisses Satin Lipstick, and I'm using the shade 108 Signature Gold. At first I was going to, because of the blush and highlighter, how they're so soft, I was going to go with First Blush, one of my favorite lipstick shade in my collection. And I really do enjoy these Burberry Kisses lipstick. The formulation, how they wear, the pigmentation, like everything is great. My only gripe, if you've seen my video on these, and anytime I talk about these lipsticks really, is the scent. It's like a soft, sweet citrus scent. I like it, but I just don't like it on my lips. And it's not overpowering, but it just lingers long enough that, you know, by the time I finish my makeup, we get in the car, we get to like dinner, I can still smell it and I can taste it a bit. So there it is. I said it again, but we're gonna go with this shade here. It's a lot of fun, and what perfect timing than to use it for the holidays. So that is one application, and you can certainly leave it like this. You know, you don't have to amp it up, but I do want to show you that it is very buildable. So I'm going to go in for a second application. So if you're going for a certain holiday look, I would say 2 applications, maybe even a third, to bring across like your point, your look. I definitely recommend it. And moving on to comparisons, I do have the Burberry Runway palette here. This is a limited edition and it was released spring of this year and was sold out within the first hour. It has been out of stock ever since then. Hopefully they bring it back. I mean, it's so popular, and this is a good palette for those who really enjoy warm color stories. Like, this is excellent. The shadows, the quality of them, they're excellent. We have quite a few shimmer and metallic shades in this palette, along with some really nice mattes to help anchor your look, give you dimension, you know, anything you need here. But since we don't know when this will come back in stock, and the eye and face palette is still available, I do recommend, if you have been waiting for the Runway palette or you're just really curious about their eyeshadows, I would give this palette a try. I know we haven't gone to like conclusions and how I feel about this palette, but I would say the shadows are the same great qualities, and I do enjoy the blush and highlighter. No issues there with how they went on, and certainly, as you can see, it is very much buildable. Okay, the shades I will take from Runway to compare against are going to be this shade here. It's called Vermilion Red. This is a metallic, so it's not going to be, like right off the bat, it's not going to be the same, but I think it'll be interesting to see how similar they actually might be. And then I'll take the gold because there's a gold on that other palette, as well as probably these 2 shades here, since this is a kind of like a beigey. It's a beigey matte, but it's lighter than the one on Eye and Face palette. We have the gold shade from the Runway palette, and then the light beigey matte. Then Vermilion Red. And it's definitely buildable. This is the only, you know, metallic shade of everything you see here. Well, and the gold too. So these 2 are metallic shades, and the rest are either shimmers or satins or mattes. And I would say the 4 eyeshadows from the Eye and Face palette compared to Runway. The two shades down here are just as warm and intense as the shades you can find in Runway. The difference is you have the two light shades here, which gives you that versatility of, like, you know, having a softer daytime look. But I would say you can, you know, comfortably, easily mix and match any of the shades from the eye and face palette with the Runway palette if you wanted to. Like, I feel like it's kind of an extension of the palette. I'm gonna put on mascara and then we'll come back for a summary of my thoughts. As I was putting on mascara, I thought the blush and highlighter remind me of Chantecaille's products. And Chantecaille's products are made in Italy as well. So I took out the Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlight Duo in Rose. This came out, I wanna say, not last summer, not this past summer, so summer of 2020. And it comes with a highlighter and blush, and it really reminds me of the two we have in the compact. They're not the same shade, but it's just like the quality of them. So I just want to swatch for you guys to compare, and we'll see, you know, if there are indeed some similarities there. So I'll just do it right here. You see the softness of it, and it's buildable. Do the same thing with the highlight. It's just how soft and radiant it is. It really reminds me of the quality of the blush and highlighter from Burberry. I would say texture-wise they're also quite similar, but maybe the Burberry is a bit softer, so there's less glitter in the highlighter, and this is even softer than the blush here. But it's just the way they glide on, the kind of give you radiance within or a glow within, that really, the concept really reminds me of Chantecaille. So my thought on the overall compact, the products here, I really like it, especially with this monogram. It's such a giftable palette. Now I know that, you know, the holiday, you know, Christmas, the holiday, however you celebrate it, that's over. So we're probably not looking for more gifts to get other people, but maybe we're looking for additional gifts to get ourselves. If you're still thinking about it, and again, if you were curious about those eyeshadows and still are, I think this is a great way to try the eyeshadows and the face products at the same time. They do have their Essentials Glow palette, which is 6 products. There's a, I think, light to medium, and was it dark to deep? But there's 2 of them, and there is a bronzer, some highlighters, and blushes, which I never picked up. I think when they came out, they also sold out very quickly. They eventually came back in stock and have been in stock for quite some time since then, so that's good news, but I just never picked it up. So now that I got to try the face products, I am thinking about that Essentials Glow palette. So if you haven't tried both and you're curious, I think this is the perfect combination to try both at the same time. And yeah, compact, I just want to say this is beautiful, beautiful monogram. I am seeing this in a different light because of this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again very soon. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.